If you know the name of a hydrocarbon, you can draw its structure, or if you know the structure, you can determine its name. Here's an example, pent-2-ene. So the first thing we want to look for in the name is the root. So that's right here, pent. So remember what pent means. It means there's 5 carbons in the parent chain. So I'm going to draw 5 carbons all in a row, like this. The next thing I look for in the name is the suffix. In this case, it's -ene. That means this is an alkene. There's a double bond, and the double bond is on the second carbon in the chain. So, starting on my second carbon, I'll draw a double bond. And then just remember, each carbon should have a total of 4 bonds. Like this. And unless otherwise indicated, all the space is filled up by hydrogen. So there you have pent-2-ene. In this example, I have a structure given to me, so I need to figure out what to name this. Start by looking for the longest chain. That's the parent chain. So in this case, this is the longest continuous chain of carbon. There are 6 carbon atoms in this chain, so the root of the name is hex. Remember, hex is for 6. There's a double bond coming off the second carbon in the chain. So remember, double bond means this is an alkene, and the second carbon means we have 2-ene. And just remember, you wouldn't start counting from this carbon. If you count from this carbon, you would be 1, 2, 3, 4. You would have hex 4-ene. That would not be correct because you always have to go with the lowest possible number. So we start counting here. This is 1, 2, hex 2-ene. The next thing we have is this methyl group coming off of the chain. It's coming off of the 1, 2, 3, the 4th carbon. So I add 4-methyl as the prefix. So this compound is 4-methyl hex 2-ene. It just rolls off your tongue. Here we have another molecule given to us. The longest chain has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 carbons in it. So remember, 7 carbons, that's a root of hept. We have a triple bond. So the question is, which carbon is it coming off of? If we start numbering over here, it's the 1, 2, 3, the 4th carbon. If we start on the other side, it's 1, 2, the 3rd carbon. We go with the lowest number. So we're going to write 3-ine. 3 because it's coming off of the 3rd carbon, ine because it's a triple bond. And there aren't any other groups branching off of this, so we're done. This molecule is hept-3-ine. This last example looks really complicated, but when you break it down, it's not so bad. First thing, look for the root. Pent. Pent means 5. So we have 5 carbons in the main parent chain. So there are my 5 carbons. The next thing I look at is the ending of the name, ine. So that means triple bonds. This part here, di, means I have 2 triple bonds. And these numbers, 1 and 4, tell me which carbons those 2 triple bonds are coming off of. So I'm just going to number my carbons from left to right. So I have a triple bond coming off of the 1st carbon and the 4th carbon. Like that. This beginning part of the name, 3-methyl, That tells me I have a methyl group, which is a group containing one carbon. And this methyl group is coming off of the third carbon in the chain. So off of the third carbon, I have my methyl group. And I'm just going to draw CH3 for simplicity. And just remember, each carbon needs a total of 4 bonds. And we fill up the empty spots with hydrogen. So one here, and here. So that's 3-methylpent 1,4-diene. Another fun name.